Okay, so hopefully at this point you've already read through the syllabus, you have your textbook, you watched the intro to the class video that I've done, and you are ready to jump into week one. What is art? That is our subject for the week. So every week there's going to be an agenda for the course that will tell you what we are going to be doing. It will tell you if any assignments have changed, when everything is due. So these are important to keep an eye on, and this is where your video for each week will be placed. So again, this is an introductory course, both art and non-art majors. Be prepared to think critically, look outside the box of what you have always understood art to be. During the next 8 weeks, we will explore works of art spanning hundreds of years and learn how it is relevant today. So again, each week I'm going to post an agenda that will inform you what learning activities need to be completed along with any assignment deadlines. If you have questions, have technical difficulties, or you want to comment on something you've learned, do not hesitate to ask me right away at any time. Okay, this week we have our first reflection. So this is a journal, and we're titling this What is Art? I prefer you to do this pre-instruction. So before you do any reading of the text, before you look at any lecture material, go ahead and do this journal. We have some reading, we have a lecture, we have an artist of the week, and we have a quiz. That is what is going on this week. So your journal reflection. Use the text editor to write a 1 to 2 page double-spaced 12-point font paper discussing your current definition of art as if you were explaining the term to a person who has never heard of it before. Explain the meaning of art and its purpose according to your own personal philosophy. So consider what qualifies as art and what may not, and really think about how you do that. Is this based on taste? Can we say just because we don't like something that it's not art? Or can we say, yes, this is art and I can appreciate it for what it is, however my taste dictates that I do not enjoy it. This is an opportunity to voice your open and honest perspective. So these journals, you have carte blanche. You can, say what you want to say. So these assignments are to be completed before, this assignment specifically, before you've done any other reading, looking at lecture material. And this kind of serves as a litmus test for your growth and broaden understanding, because we're going to be doing this again at the end of the course, and you're going to be looking back to this week one and seeing if your ideas have changed or developed at all. So these are, again, just quick 1 to 2 page double-spaced 12-point font, and I will show you how these journal entries work. If we go ahead and open them up, it will give you your prompt again. You'll hit Create Journal Entry. You can give it a title. So what is art? And you can just copy and paste. If you say you're doing it in a Word document, and you can make sure that you have the equivalent of 1 to 2 page double-spaced font, and you can just copy and paste your journal entry right here in the text editor. I actually prefer you to do this instead of attaching any kind of Word document. That way I can just get through these journals quickly. I don't have to download each and every one of them every week. So just copy and paste your journal entry right here in the text editor, please, and then hit Post Entry, and you are good to go. So that's how those will work. If we go ahead and go back to our learning activities here, our reading and lecture material for the week. So I want you to read the first 2 chapters of your text, so chapter 1 and 2, the appeal of art and the aims of art. And then you have some lecture slides and a lecture here that I've given you. So this lecture is titled, What is Art? This is the slides that will be present in this YouTube clip. Make sure you download this, because there are links that you'll notice as I'm going through lecture that I will tell you to pause this, go ahead to that PDF and click on the image, and it will have another link pop up that will be a little video about that work of art. So we're going to be really talking about, is art about skill? What is an artist? Content, form, all of these types of ideas. We're kind of building some background knowledge, because, learning about art and writing about art is really learning a whole new language. So we're going to start learning that right now. This also is where your quiz will be. And I've given any vocabulary that may or may not show up on your quiz, and this is all found in your lecture material. So these are the terms that I want you to be familiar with and start using in your toolbox, so that when we start getting to those formal analysis papers, all that good stuff, you'll be able to use these terms appropriately. Our artist of the week this week is Vincent van Gogh, and I've given you a really good documentary called Van Gogh Painted with Words, and you can find that by clicking on this link. And this is starring Benedict Cumberbatch. It's kind of a lesser known film that he did where he stars as Van Gogh, and all the dialogue you hear is actually taken directly from Van Gogh's letters. So it's a really, really good one. If you have a little bit older children, they might find it really interesting. And then I want you to answer the following questions. And these are, 2 to 4 sentences in length for each of these is what I'm looking for. So 1, how is Van Gogh's work influenced by his religious convictions? Number 2, what part of Van Gogh's story did you find the most relatable? And number 3, if you can say anything to Van Gogh or ask him any question, what would it be and why? So these are kind of fun engagement activities where we're, looking at these iconic artists and kind of humanizing them a bit and, kind of trying to relate and have conversation and see where they were coming from and how they developed their style. And then here we go with our quiz. So again, these are vocabulary terms that you may or may not find there. So you can click on this to launch the quiz. You have one time that you can take the quiz. So it doesn't have a time limit. However, you do have to take it in one setting. So make sure that you are aware of that, and I'll make sure I add that in there. So you've got your quiz due Sunday at midnight. Artist of the week, watch that film and answer those questions. It's a really good one, fun one to watch. You've got some reading and lecture material, and you have a reflection journal. So we're diving right in. Please don't hesitate to ask if you're getting through your reading or lecture and are confused, have any questions. I am here to help, and have a fantastic week and a great 4th of July, everyone.